This is Elon Musk's flamethrower. I'm going to try to build an expensive looking website for it using Google's latest vibe coding platform, AntiGravity, but I'm only allowed 20 minutes to do it. I don't know how to code, and I'm not using fancy copy or design skills. I'm going to build it live, step by step, and when the timer ends, we'll see if simple and fast can still look premium. Let's dive in. This is a site I found. I just use a site like Behance, which is really great for getting inspiration for design and things like that. I found this really cool website for this social media marketing studio with this octopus and these cool like card call outs and these really nice graphics and big text. And I just thought this was cool and like a cool vibe. So I wanted to see if we could take Elon Musk's flamethrower and build a landing page and marketing site kind of in this style. So here we are inside of AntiGravity. If you've never used this before and you still need to install it, just come over to antigravity.google and you can come down here, install this to your system, and then just sign in with your Google name and password. Now, this is where most people get stuck. Just to make sure you're familiar, the right side here, this is your agent. This is where you're going to do all of your planning and communicating. You can use a couple of different models like Gemini 3 or Claude. You can see I have the exclamation point because I've used all my Claude credits. So we're going to use Gemini 3 today. And in order to get started, this is where most people get stuck. You actually need to be inside of a folder on your machine. So I have this AntiGravity template that I like to use. It has a couple of my setup files and some of the skills that I keep coming back to over and over again. I'll explain what skills are in just a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this and I'm going to call it flamethrower because that's what we are working on today. Now just click open folder inside of AntiGravity. I'm going to come over into the template that I just created, the flamethrower file right here. Go ahead, click open. You can see allow this, and I trust the author of this file. Yes, I trust this. And you can see here that this has the same file structure that we just saw with our agents, our README file, and some of the skills. If you want to get access to this template, you can just come over into the community, go ahead, click down into the resources, download this for yourself, and start working with this today. First thing that we're going to access to set up everything completely is this Agents.md file. I'm going to have AntiGravity set up the rest of our files for us while I explain to you exactly what this is doing. I can just go ahead and type the @ symbol, which will bring up any of the files that we have inside of our system. We can just access this agents.md file, and really simply, I can just go ahead and say set up. And what it's going to do is it's going to read through this agents file and it's going to set up the rest of our files and folders according to the instructions that we have given it. So there are a couple of things that you need to know inside of this agents file. So first is this 3-layer architecture, which is the DOE framework, which stands for directive, orchestration, and execution. And these 3 pieces all work together. So directive is basically just the directions that you are giving the system. And then it's going to move to the orchestration level, which is basically the job of the agent. So take the directions and tell the system exactly how to execute on it. And then from there, it's going to actually create all of the scripts and things like that is actually going to need to build whatever it is that we're asking it to build. We can see here I've analyzed the current directory and I'm ready to set up the 3-layer architecture as described. I'm just going to go ahead and click proceed, and then the system is going to get to work, and you'll see on the left-hand side over here in just a couple of seconds, it'll start creating files for us. The next thing that's really powerful about AntiGravity and these systems right now is the self-annealing loop. And this is going to save you so much time in troubleshooting or fixing problems. Basically, this just means if you encounter an error, fix it. Go ahead, do the research, figure out why it's wrong or why it's not working, have a conversation with yourself and figure out what the issue is, and then just fix it. So it's no longer relying completely on the human to fix something that's broken. And this last part here is the directory structure. This is what it's setting up right now. Temp files, the execution and directive folders, which we just talked about, and the environment file, which basically stores any of our API keys or things like that. And now we can see here that we've basically created directives and executions, the environment file, any requirements, and we are all ready to go to start building. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get any information we need about this flamethrower. So if I come over, I search Google for Elon Musk flamethrower, I can come into images here, just open this one up, go ahead, right click, save this image as, and I'm just going to come into our AntiGravity folder here, go into flamethrower, and I'm just going to type flamethrower image, go ahead, click save, and you can see it saved this WebP file. And if we come back into AntiGravity, it's already in the system because this is just live and accessing all of the files in that folder. The next thing I'm going to do is I'll just come back to all, and I'm just going to grab the information here just so we have any kind of reference for text because we want to build like a sales or marketing type website. So just a little information is good. What's pretty cool is we can start talking to the system or telling it what we need. So first, I'm going to paste in that information that we just got. And then I'm just going to talk to the system and say, here's some information about Elon Musk's flamethrower. I just want you to put this in a text file. Also, perform any additional research on the internet that might be helpful for us in order to create like a sales and marketing website. Any statistics, any consumer response, anything that might be valuable. And now I can send this off and the system is going to work. Gemini 3 and AntiGravity are so powerful because it's not just a coder, it's also searches the internet and will do research for you. So it's really, really powerful. In the meantime, let me show you what else we can do with this. This is a site I found. I just use a site like Behance, which is really great for getting inspiration for design and things like that. I found this really cool website for this social media marketing studio with this octopus and these cool like card call outs and these really nice graphics and big text. And I just thought this was cool and like a cool vibe. So I wanted to see if we could take Elon Musk's flamethrower and build a landing page and marketing site kind of in this style. There are a couple of different ways to go about this, but I want to see if we can do this by scraping the site itself. And if we run into any issues, I'll show you how we can kind of get around it. There's a great website called Firecrawl, which allows you to scrape the internet for just about anything. I'll leave a link in the description where you can sign up and get started. What's really cool is if you come into the playground here, you can put in any website that you want. So I'm just going to use the website for my agency as an example. I'm just going to copy this, come back into Firecrawl. We can go ahead and press paste. But what's pretty cool is that down here, we can actually select branding. So now if I click start scraping, what this is going to do is just going to pull in all of the data from the website as well as any of the brand information. So you can see this is all the text and stuff from the site itself in markdown format. But if I click on branding, you can see it brought in our logo, it brought in the little icon, it pulled in all of the color palettes and the fonts and things like that. So we can start using this information to build a brand new site. Obviously, I said I wanted us to do this in the style of this octopus website. So we're going to use this site instead. But instead of using Firecrawl directly in the browser, I'm going to go ahead and use this inside of AntiGravity. And while I was yapping, you can see that AntiGravity just went ahead and did all of this research for us. And if I open this document, it went ahead and created an executive summary about the company, the price, all of the sales, the revenue, any context that I provided here, the purpose and the design, some information about sales and demographics. So there's so much information that this researched for us while we were doing other things. And so what we're going to end up doing, we're going to take the image of the flamethrower, we're going to take the style of the octopus website, we're going to take all of this information here that we just researched, we're going to put it all together to build a brand new site using AntiGravity. No coding on our own, no design work on our own. We're going to see what the system can do. I can come back over into this Octo website and I'm going to copy this URL. And if I come back into AntiGravity, I have a set of skills set up. And what skills are basically a set of instructions. Now I'm just going to go into this brand extractor so you can see these are just standard operating procedures. If there's something that you know you're doing over and over again, or if there's a specific process that you like to go through for something to happen, it's really helpful to build these skills. That way the system isn't guessing and you can go through a repeatable process every single time. So you can get really predictable outcomes and results. So I created this brand extractor skill, which is basically going to use the Firecrawl API. It's going to get the URL. It's going to scrape any of the branding, any of the images, any of the colors, the typography, things like that automatically, and pull it into the system and update our brand guideline skill. So now we can reference our brand guidelines when creating new things. These skills can live globally, and it's really impactful if you're creating something like brand guidelines and you're going to be building out multiple sites. You can reference the same brand guidelines over and over again rather than having to build them uniquely every single time. So what we can do is I can come in here into the agent, I can type @ and skill, and I have this brand extractor skill. I can just paste a link to the website, and I'm going to give it a little more context because I know Behance is particular because it's not the actual octopus website itself. It's just kind of like a gallery of sorts. Focus on the Octo SMM website. I want you to pull in any images you can find on the site to make sure that we have everything we need. Focus on the brand colors and typography. I know that the pink coral color is kind of the main color that we see. So I gave it a little bit of extra context. And again, I'm going to send this off and let's see what AntiGravity comes back with. So while this is thinking, one other thing we can do is we can start creating additional assets if we think we might need them. There's a really great tool called Whisk. It's also by Google. Just come over to this website right here, go ahead, click Enter Tool, and this is a great playground for generating new images. So I'm going to come over into the left side here, just expand this out, and we want for the subject, we want that image that we downloaded. So I'm going to come into the flamethrower folder. I'm going to bring in the flamethrower, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to describe what I want this to look like. Product photography shot, flamethrower at a 3/4 angle on a solid black background. I know our site's probably going to be black. Right now this is on a white background, so I want to make sure we have something that blends in. But we're going to take it one step further. So you can see in just a couple of seconds, we generated some new images, which is pretty cool. What's great about Whisk is I can just add animation to this from the site itself. So I can click animate here, and I'm just going to say, flames emit from the nozzle and encircle the flamethrower completely. While this is generating, I'm going to come back into AntiGravity to see what happened. So we can see here, the Firecrawl API key is missing from the environment. This makes sense. So you can come back into Firecrawl, go to your dashboard here, and just come into API keys. Going to go ahead and click create, and I'm just going to type flamethrower. So now we have a brand new API key to work with, and in just a couple of seconds, we have a new API key. I can copy this from here, come back into AntiGravity, and just type in firecrawl underscore API underscore key, then the equal sign, and then paste in your API key after this. And again, make sure that you're in this .env file. This is a file that lives locally. It's not stored anywhere else, so you don't have to worry about anyone accessing your data. Now I've pasted in my API key. I'm going to go ahead and click proceed. In the meantime, we can go back over to Whisk, and this is the video it created for us. Obviously, it's a bit ridiculous, but it's Elon Musk's flamethrower, so I'm kind of okay with it. We can go ahead and click download. This is going to download the MP4, but for our case, since this is for the web, what's also great about Whisk is we can download an animated GIF. Super cool, really small file format, great for the web. So back inside of AntiGravity, I can just come into the download folder, and you can see we have this GIF here that it created for us, and I can just go ahead and drag this into our files over here so we have access to it. And I can even rename it from here. I can just say fire.gif. Awesome. So what's so powerful about these systems, as you can see, it's this ability to bounce back and forth between tasks. So you're able to execute on some things while the system executes on others. The system created all of these new brand assets for us. So if I come into brand guidelines, I'm going to click accept. You can see it actually used the pink coral as our primary brand color, has a secondary color palette of deep maroon and dark plum. And then if we come in here, it actually pulled in all of these images from the site that we have to work with. So this is already super crazy powerful. Now we're going to do something really fun right here. Because we're in Google, we also have access to Nano Banana Pro, Google's latest AI image generator, which is extremely powerful. It's the best image generator on the market right now. We can use it right inside of AntiGravity. So I can come in here and type flamethrower.webp just to make sure that we're accessing the actual flamethrower image that we downloaded. And I'm just going to tell the system what I want. The first thing I need you to do is analyze any of the project_image files inside of the brand assets folder to get a sense of the style. I want you to understand how they treat heroes. I can see there's high contrast with a strong single light. Pink is the primary color, and anything else that might be helpful in generating new images. Once you understand this, I want you to send the flamethrower.webp file to Google Nano Banana Pro or Gemini 3 Pro Preview to generate brand new images for our website. They should match the style of the reference images. You can see it's analyzing the existing brand assets, and then it's just going to get to work generating brand new images for us using Nano Banana Pro. It's actually crazy what you can do now all in a single place. So we can see that this generated some brand new images for us in just a couple of seconds. These are a great start, but I want even more. And I think we can do these better. We should make sure that the pink coral hue is kind of the main tint of all of these images, and definitely some of these images should have fire in them, probably some people using the flamethrower just to make sure we have a good variety. I did end up hitting a rate limit here. Honestly, I'm not sure why that happened. I'm not going to bother to figure it out right now, but I did have a few more assets that I generated that you can see here that I moved into this site assets folder on the left-hand side here, like this pretty cool schematic of the flamethrower itself. Now we have everything we need to actually tell AntiGravity to build the site. We have all of this context about the flamethrower itself. We have all of the images that we just generated. We have information about the brand guidelines from the Octo site. We even have the Octo reference images that we can use to base our new landing page off of, and any additional context that the system found about Elon Musk's flamethrower. So let's have the system get to work. I need you to build a high converting landing page for the flamethrower. Make sure to incorporate any of the not a flamethrower context.md file. Use the project_images as reference for the design layout, using pink coral as the main color, using our site assets images that we created. We want to match that styling with kind of like big text, any of the different types of cards that it uses in the reference images, match the typography and styling as best you can. And I'm just going to go ahead and replace some of what it got here with the not a flamethrower context.md. And you know what? I'm not even going to bother filling out the rest of those. Let's see what the system can find on its own. One thing I really like about AntiGravity that's super cool is it actually creates these implementation plans for you as the human, so I can go ahead and review what it's planning to do before the system actually gets to work. And something that's even more powerful about it is if you're not happy with any of these plans, you can just go ahead and come in here, let's say global variables for the color. We could come in here, we could actually leave a comment on this too to say, like, make sure we also include neon green, which is my brand color, and we can say 00FF00. That's my hex code for that neon green, just to make sure that it has this information too. And so now we can actually review the implementation plan, provide feedback to the system that it's then going to incorporate before it actually starts building for us. We can see here that it actually made the update to the plan right here, global variables for the pink coral and the neon green color. In just a couple of minutes, we have this brand new site for Elon's flamethrower all ready to go, including our GIFs, including these cards, including all of the images that we generated and things like that. The schematic, the specs. Is it perfect? No, of course it is not perfect, but you can continue to have a back and forth with AntiGravity to make any of the changes that you want. Now, during the process, I did find that it is helpful to go in with a little bit more of a game plan of how you want to build this. If you want to use basic HTML and CSS, if you want to use React and Tailwind and all of those things. So actually working with AntiGravity first to create a stronger game plan of the implementation steps will actually save you a lot of troubleshooting in the long run. If you thought this video was cool, please subscribe to the channel. If you want 8 tips on how to use AntiGravity better than 99% of other people, check out this video right here.